Welcome back to Motivational Journey. Success doesn't come from showing off your dreams. It comes from building them quietly when no one is watching. In this world, everybody wants attention. Everybody wants to be seen grinding, talking about their plans, posting every move. But real winners, they don't announce. They prepare. They don't show off. They show results. Working in silence is one of the most misunderstood strengths of successful people. In a world that celebrates noise, quick attention, and constant display, choosing to be silent while working looks strange to many. But real progress does not demand spectators, it demands commitment. When you decide to work quietly, you remove the pressure of performing for others and start performing for yourself. You stop working for validation and start working for results. Silence protects your energy from distraction and your goals from unnecessary judgment. When you keep your dreams private, you protect them from doubts, negative voices, and unnecessary opinions that can weaken your confidence. You may feel like nobody sees your effort right now, but remember that seeds also grow underground before they rise and are noticed. Silence is not weakness, silence is strategy. When you do not speak about your plans, you free yourself from the burden of proving anything. You learn to trust your own discipline instead of waiting for others to encourage you. Every day becomes about improvement, not attention. This quiet process creates inner strength. You develop a private relationship with your struggle, your growth, and your vision. You start valuing effort over admiration, and this mindset builds warriors, not showmen. Working in silence keeps your focus pure. You are no longer distracted by applause or noise, your only partner becomes effort. There is no audience to impress, just a mission to complete. This makes your journey honest and powerful. People often announce their goals loudly because it feels good in the moment. But talking about success is very different from earning it. The more you speak, the more pressure you create, and many lose motivation trying to satisfy expectations rather than build ability. But when you operate quietly, every step you take is real progress. Your energy stays directed toward execution, not explanation. Silence removes the need to defend your dreams. You no longer worry about who believes in you and who doubts you. You learn to believe in yourself, and that belief becomes unshakable over time. When you do not speak about your grind, nobody can question it, slow it down, or interfere with it. Your growth becomes your own responsibility, your own journey, and your own victory. There will be moments when silence feels lonely. Success often begins in rooms nobody sees. But that isolation is where champions are built. When you work without applause, you develop the ability to push yourself even on days when motivation is low. You build discipline because there's no one cheering for you yet, and that discipline becomes your power. People remember champions, not the noise behind them. When your results finally show, they will speak in ways words never could. Those who ignored you will notice. Those who doubted you will wonder. And those who once laughed will have nothing left to say, because silence followed by success is louder than any announcement. Working silently is not hiding, it's preparing. It is choosing patience over pressure, strategy over attention, and purpose over ego. It's the confidence that you don't need to prove anything until the results are ready. Keep moving quietly. Keep building quietly. Keep rising quietly. One day your success will speak so loudly that the world will hear your name without you having to say a word. And that day, your silence will be remembered as your greatest noise. Discipline grows strongest when you stop depending on outside validation and learn to fuel yourself from within. When you chase applause or attention, your motivation becomes temporary, because it rises and falls based on whether people notice your work. But when you choose to work quietly, without seeking praise, you build a different kind of strength, an inner discipline that cannot be shaken by silence, doubt, or a lack of recognition. Working without needing approval trains your mind to stay committed not because someone is watching, but because your goals matter to you. That is where true transformation begins. Discipline is not built when others are clapping for you, it is built when nobody knows what you are doing and you still show up. There is a deep power in learning to push yourself without applause. It teaches you self-control, patience, and maturity. You stop relying on motivation, which comes and goes, and you begin to rely on routine, which stays. Many people start strong but quit when things get difficult or when praise disappears. They burn bright and fade fast because their fuel was attention, not purpose. But when silence becomes your training ground, you are forced to find strength inside yourself. You become responsible for your own progress. Every day becomes a test of your consistency, not your popularity. This type of discipline shapes champions because champions don't train for attention, they train for mastery. When you discipline yourself in silence, you learn resilience. You face challenges without waiting for sympathy. You overcome obstacles because quitting is not an option, not because people are watching. Nobody sees your early mornings, your late nights, your sacrifices, or your struggles, and yet you continue. That builds a backbone stronger than applause ever could. You learn to be patient with the process, to trust your efforts, and to understand that real growth takes time. Silence forces you to confront your weaknesses honestly and improve them quietly. Every day you become stronger, even if nobody sees it happening yet. Attention is addictive. Once you start seeking it, you begin performing for others instead of becoming your best self. But discipline requires privacy. It requires shutting the door on distraction and focusing on consistency. It requires removing the need to announce your goals and instead working quietly until they become reality. People who constantly seek validation get lost in proving who they are instead of building who they are meant to be. Silence protects your growth from ego. It teaches humility. It reminds you that success is earned, not displayed. It is easy to be motivated when others are cheering for you. It is easy to work hard when recognition is guaranteed. But greatness demands effort even when no one claps. The journey to extraordinary achievement begins alone, long before the world notices your progress. Discipline formed in silence becomes your armor. It keeps you grounded when you succeed and keeps you going when you struggle. It makes your progress unbreakable because it is built on effort, not applause. One day, the results of your silent discipline will speak loudly. People will see strength that didn't appear overnight. They will see success built from hours of unseen effort. They will respect what you have become without ever knowing the private battles that shaped you. And that is the beauty of discipline grown in silence. When the world finally sees your success, it will admire the strength you silently built all along. Stay quiet. Stay committed. Let your actions train your strength and let your discipline build your future. The world will applaud later. Right now, your focus is to grow. Even when no one is watching. Avoiding distractions and staying focused is one of the hardest skills to develop in today's world. Everywhere you look, there are voices, opinions, notifications, and noise pulling your attention away from what truly matters. We live in a time where people scroll more than they build, talk more than they act, and criticize more than they create. Focus has become a rare power, and those who learn to protect it have a massive advantage. When you decide to shut out distractions, you make a choice that most people never make. You choose growth over entertainment, progress over comfort, and discipline over excuses. True focus isn't just about ignoring the world, it's about choosing where your energy will go and guarding it fiercely. Distractions do more damage than you realize. They don't just waste time, they break your momentum, weaken your mindset, and slowly kill your dreams. Every time you stop to check who saw your post, who replied to your message, or what others are doing, you lose a piece of your drive. Focus is built when you stop comparing your journey to others and start pouring all your energy into your own path. When you constantly look sideways, you forget to move forward. People get lost watching others succeed instead of working on their own mission. Silence helps you avoid these traps. When you cut out the noise, your vision becomes clearer. You start hearing your own thoughts, understanding your own goals, and respecting your own journey. Staying focused also means controlling your environment. If you surround yourself with lazy people, negative energy, gossip, and distractions, you will slowly become one of them. Focus requires you to choose who you give access to your mind. Sometimes the distraction isn't your phone, it's the people around you. Some drain your energy, bring doubts, delay your dreams, or waste your time without realizing it. Protecting your focus means learning to say no. No to unnecessary conversations. No to drama. No to people who do not match your ambition. Silence isn't only about blocking noise, it's also about walking away from anything and anyone that weakens your concentration and confidence. Once you eliminate distractions, you begin to feel a new level of peace. Your thoughts become sharper. Your decisions become stronger. You stop rushing and start building. Focus brings direction, and direction brings results. That is why silence is powerful. It removes what doesn't matter so you can give everything to what does. When you stay focused, your work improves, your mindset strengthens, and your dreams move from imagination to reality. You start seeing progress where there used to be confusion, because you're no longer scattering your effort, you're channeling it. The truth is, there will always be noise around you. People will talk. Social media will tempt you. The world will try to pull you in 1,000 directions. But success belongs to the one who stays centered despite distractions. Focus is painful at first because it requires sacrifice. You will feel left out when others waste time and you choose to grow. You will feel alone when you walk away from noise to protect your vision. But that loneliness is not a punishment, it is preparation. It is in those quiet, focused moments that greatness is built. Stay committed to your path. Remind yourself why you started. Every day you reject distraction, you strengthen your mind and move closer to your goals. Focus is a habit. Focus is a choice. And once you master it, your life will begin to rise in ways others cannot understand, because while they were distracted, you were building. One day your results will make it clear, ignoring noise was the smartest decision you ever made. Keep your eyes forward, your mind locked in, and your energy dedicated to what truly matters. The world will see the difference, and they will wonder how you did it. Confidence built through effort and consistency is a quiet power, one that grows slowly, steadily, and deeply within you. It isn't loud, it doesn't need to be shown off, and it doesn't come overnight. Real confidence is not created by compliments or social media likes, it is earned through private victories, waking up early when nobody asks you to, pushing through tasks when no one is watching, repeating small disciplined actions day after day until they shape you into someone stronger, clearer, and more capable. When you work silently and consistently, you build a foundation within yourself that cannot be shaken by doubt or fear. You begin to trust yourself, not because someone praised you, but because you've seen yourself deliver, grind, and rise over and over again. Every time you put in effort, whether the world sees it or not, you plant a seed of confidence. Every day you follow through on your commitments, you tell your mind that you are reliable and strong. Most people wait for motivation to push them, but motivation comes and goes. Consistency stays. It doesn't rely on feelings, it relies on discipline. And every time you choose discipline over comfort, your self-respect grows. You begin to look in the mirror and see someone capable, someone improving, someone worthy of success. That inner belief is powerful, because once you trust yourself, no outside voice can break you. Confidence earned silently is different from confidence borrowed from others. When you depend on praise, you lose strength the moment silence arrives. But when you build confidence through effort, when you have done the work, fought the battles, and stayed consistent, you don't need validation. You don't fear criticism. You don't crumble under pressure. You've already proven to yourself that you can survive challenges, push beyond weakness, and stay dedicated even when nobody applauds you. That kind of confidence is unshakable, because it is rooted in truth, not opinion. People often admire the success of strong individuals but forget the invisible work that created them. The lonely nights, the quiet mornings, the silent sacrifices, the mental battles, the failures followed by relentless comebacks. These moments strengthen you from the inside. They build emotional muscle. They teach you to handle pressure, to stay patient, and to trust the long-term process when results are slow. Each disciplined step adds a brick to your self-belief. Eventually, you build an inner fortress that no setback can destroy. You don't panic when things are hard, because you know struggle is part of growth. You don't doubt your path, because you know effort never goes to waste. Consistency also sharpens your skills. It gives you real competence, and competence breeds confidence. The more you practice, the better you become. The better you become, the more naturally success follows. And when success begins to come, it feels earned, not lucky. You don't feel like an imposter, you feel ready, because you did the work quietly long before anyone saw results. That is how champions think and act. They don't talk first, they prepare first. And preparation builds certainty. With time, people will notice your growth. They will see a version of you that is calm, steady, and focused. They may call you strong or talented, not realizing your strength came from consistency, and your talent came from effort. But you will know the truth. Nothing was given, everything was built. Keep going even when progress feels slow. Keep showing up even when you're tired. Keep doing the work even when nobody is watching. Every silent effort is shaping you. Every quiet day of Discipline is molding your future. You are not just building skills, you are building confidence, character, and resilience. One day, the world will see the strength you created in silence, and they will call you confident. But you will smile knowing it wasn't confidence you chased, it was consistency. Confidence was simply the reward. There is a unique power in surprising people with results instead of promises. When you decide to stop talking about what you plan to do and start proving yourself through action, your whole life begins to shift. Most people announce their goals loudly, not because they are ready to achieve them, but because talking about success feels like success. They get applause before they've earned anything, and that weakens their drive. But when you stay silent and work quietly, you build something far more powerful than attention, you build reality. The world doesn't need to hear what you will do, it needs to see what you've done. And when you finally show results, you don't just silence doubts, you shock people who never believed in you and inspire those who quietly believed but didn't say a word. Silence creates mystery, and mystery creates power. When people cannot see your process, they cannot judge it, interrupt it, or sabotage it. They only see the outcome when it is too solid to be denied. While others waste energy seeking validation, you invest your energy in progress. You choose execution over explanation, consistency over conversation, and dedication over display. Success built privately shines brighter because it carries authenticity. There is substance behind it, sacrifice behind it, pain behind it, but nobody gets to witness the journey, only the transformation. And that makes the result even more impactful. Showing results instead of talking teaches emotional control. It means you don't need approval to move forward. You don't need encouragement to stay disciplined. You don't depend on anyone's excitement to push you. You grind because your vision lives inside you, not in someone else's reaction. And when your motivation comes from within, you become unstoppable. Nothing anyone says or doesn't say can distract you. Doubt from others becomes irrelevant because you've already chosen belief for yourself. Their opinions lose power the moment you choose action over attention. There will always be people who doubt you, discourage you, laugh at your dreams, or tell you you're aiming too high. Silence protects you from their energy. If they don't know your plan, they can't attack it. If they don't see your moves, they can't block them. And when your results finally appear, those who criticized you will have no argument left. That moment is powerful, not because you proved them wrong with words, but because you proved them wrong with growth. Nothing speaks louder than transformation. Nothing shuts down negativity faster than undeniable progress. People respect results more than promises. They respect effort that shows, not effort that is advertised. You could brag about your goals all day and nobody will truly care. But bring success to the table, and suddenly the world pays attention. They will call you lucky without seeing the long nights. They will call you gifted without knowing how many times you failed. They will admire the finished chapter without realizing the pages of struggle behind it. That is the beauty of silent work, your wins make the noise for you. Your life becomes calmer when you stop explaining and start achieving. You stop rushing to be seen and instead focus on becoming someone worth noticing. You become patient because you understand that results require time, not talk. You let the journey shape you quietly, trusting that what you are building will speak for itself one day. And when that day comes, people will be inspired not by what you said, but by what you did. Keep moving in silence. Let people wonder what you're up to. Let curiosity build around your consistency. You don't need to announce greatness, you need to build it. Focus on action. Focus on growth. Focus on who you are becoming. One day, those who ignored you will admire you, and those who doubted you will respect you, not because you explained yourself, but because you proved yourself. Let the world hear your success, not your intentions. Your results are your voice. Let them speak loudly when the time is right.